Hey guys, we should be live. Hi, and welcome to this live review of the brand new Deathstroke Knights and Dragons animated movie. And kinda, it's a series, but it's a movie that's made from series, and it's from the CWC streaming service, which is very, very surprising to us.
Well, they did it twice already before that, if you know. Yeah, I mean, they did it with Vixen and Constantine.
Really?
And just not with so much success back then. But yes, CW can do nice things when it's when it's good CW.
When
Kinda, yeah.
this anomaly happens where they actually are
Yeah.
able to produce something that makes sense and it's good. So yeah, I'm here with my colleague Logan K from our, combined project Superheroes Bulgaria, which is a Bulgarian channel if you don't know about superheroes. Duh.
By the name, you could say.
Yeah. And this is the only time that we can gather during the day and do a review of this series. But you can, guys, watch it recorded. If you're watching it recorded, hi to you from the past.
Yay, we invented the time machine, finally.
Yes, and hi Optic, good morning to you. Here is afternoon, but in your country it's probably morning. Yeah, I will not be surprised. So take the coffee and let's begin. So yeah, guys, Deathstroke is very surprising, at least to me, is animation because it's not one of the typical DC animated movies, you can say. It is from a different platform, but of course it's still DC. And in terms of the style of the animation, you can say that it's similar to the other DC movies that you've seen, but it also has this flavor to it that is a bit more,
Comic booky.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it's in
it
its own
kind
thing.
of looks like the style that they're going to use for Superman Man of Tomorrow. Kind of, but maybe because this was done first. I mean, some people will say that it looks cheap, and in some moment it looks cheap.
All DC
Some,
animations look very, very
yes,
cheap.
some mouth movements actually, but I do like how they use this. This made it for me the style very comic book like because they used when there is something that is with light, they use this raster dot effects there that you could see, which is kind of like in comic books when, especially the old comic books, when they used to cover everything by hand. Uh, Good old times when you pay some, but they actually really paid some grandmaster to cover the things in sales because
They paid
it was,
grandmas?
yeah.
What?
And not only, yeah, I mean, they give you the sale. This was a long time ago, and they give you the cover, and you have to just cover it. This was a long time ago
What
in
is
comic books.
sale?
The sale for the in the panel, and they.
Okay.
However, yeah, but also it's very stylized somehow with very pointy shapes, especially of the faces and some
Yeah,
of the body.
yeah, triangular.
Yeah.
Yeah, the women too. Well, not all women,
Hmm.
but particularly Deathstroke's wife. She was a bit more, you can say, rough
Yeah.
around the edges.
But the shades were also great. I mean, especially when they have to hide some parts of the characters, and it was really full black shading that they were using. And I remember one scene in particular in which actually the oh, thank you about the shirt,
Yeah,
but it messed up with our green screen. However,
yeah.
I remember one particular scene in which they were in a park and Deathstroke was speaking something with his wife, and the trees were very still. It looks very stylized, let's say. I mean, not something with details, but the green, the different shadings of green, and the whole trees look kind of nice to me.
Okay, enough about the art.
Yeah, the art is just cool. Yeah. But yes.
Yeah, the only thing that I will ever say bravo to is this cover that you can see here. I want animation with that kind of a quality, you
Well, you
know?
can't.
CGI, all of those things.
So you don't like the art.
I
Okay.
don't. Well, I don't specifically like it or dislike it. It's okay because I'm used to it. The thing that I really like, actually, it is the fact that it's American type of art. It's not the
Mm-hmm.
manga style that some of the new 52 DC movies interpretations have been drawn to look like the Wonder Woman there, Superman there with the huge body, smaller head, all those things. I mean, the whole manga style of animation, I'm not a fan of this, especially for American animations in general. I just prefer the American style of animation. You know, when I watch American animation, I just prefer the
America.
American.
Well, this pretty much looks like that.
And
Especially
this
as I
is
told
like that,
you,
yeah.
it looks like a comic book. There was also some comic books which has the similar style. So
Mm.
if you open it, you can see not even a story with Deathstroke, but still it's a style that you can use there. Kind of looks
Enough about the
awesome, as
style.
you say. But yes, but enough about it. By the way, it's interesting that almost nobody knew about that animated movie coming.
Nobody knew.
So yeah, I mean, I saw a trailer and something, but I didn't even realize that it was about the same series because they released the series. CWC do that. They release those animated series in usually with Vixen and with Constantine. They did it. I think it was some different episodes, but up to 5 minutes, and then they put them together, or some good person in different sites puts them together, and then you have a full movie. But they did it with Vixen. Just with Vixen was 30 minutes, I think, which it's like you have a full episode of something. But it
Mhm.
was to introduce her in the CW. With Constantine, they did it because it's Constantine. Of course, it was again good animated movie with him, and now this, and I think they had some episodes in on YouTube for free or something. Maybe just to show you that they have it. I watched one, but I didn't
Really?
even realize that it's actually there. Yeah, I think the first one was there. I watched one somewhere, and I didn't even realize it's the same thing until they actually showed that it's CW movie. And I said, but wait, so they actually did it like a movie.
Yeah.
Great, all the episodes, which are 12 otherwise.
Anyway, guys, I do think that you should just watch it as a whole movie, and the
Hmm.
way that it's done is very seamlessly bound together, so you never know that this is ever an episodic series of any kind. You will assimilate it right away as a movie when it's together, so you just watch the full
The
combined
full movie, yes.
version, and you're gonna be completely satisfied, I think. So,
It's not
now.
part of the DC animated universe, though. It's from, I mean, from the other 38 movies. This is not part of them. Just to say,
Okay.
people need to know that,
No, that's important, yeah.
because someone will say it's part of it's the 39th. No, the 39th will be Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Just this is, it's not from there,
And
but it
Superman is
fits.
starting the new wave of
Yeah,
DC movies,
yeah.
animated
Not
movies.
this, because someone might say Deathstroke started. No.
No, it's gonna be Superman.
Now about Deathstroke in that movie. So,
You know, it's not bad if you actually do the review now because
yeah,
we are set 8 minutes in. We haven't said anything.
about Deathstroke. Yeah, now.
Yeah, so let's talk about the movie
Yeah, and the characters.
and the characters. Yeah. So this is a very interesting story, as far as I understand. This is a story that's not actually in the comic books, correct?
Partially. I mean, some of the things that you see with his origins and things that happen are things from comic books, different comic books, but the whole story is actually completely original.
Uh,
From the moment on, actually, from the moment that some things happen, they show you his origin quickly and things like that, which you have to see. Which is, it's the first movie about that stuff. You have to see things like that, and then one thing that happens, it's part of his story, and then some characters that appear, but not in that way in the comic book. So it's original story. There is no comic book arc called Knights and Dragons.
yeah,
Dragons, yes.
yeah. That is the first point.
Yeah.
Second thing is that the story, I mean, some of the characters, they do exist in the comic books. It's just that their,
All of them. All of them.
yeah, their relation, with the Deathstroke is not exactly like this, you can say.
Yeah, to some degree. I mean, some things are different, others are kind of the same. They are things that some things they try to push in since the new 52 as relationships, some in the now DC Rebirth, some are from more classical comic books, but as a whole, it is the Deathstroke lore that you see here. If you're familiar with Deathstroke, you recognize the people actually. They're
Yeah.
not so much change.
Well, the main villain name is
Except
changed.
that, except that.
Yeah, he's called the Jericho in the movie, and in the comic books, he is called how?
Is Ravager, which is actually a
Ravager. Yeah.
title that different people take after that, including his daughter. Deathstroke's daughter.
Okay, so going into the main part of the review. So this movie, guys, overall the story, how it's based, everything like that. We don't want to get too much into spoiler territory, so we will not. Maybe half of the population that. I mean, half of the population is not even aware this exists yet. So you're not going to talk with spoilers, just no use, I think. And it's very cool for you to experience the movie on your own to see how it is. But in terms of how interesting the story is, this is also a very kind of different story. When you consider Deathstroke as a character, how he is here, he is changed significantly in a particular way. He's not that bad of a guy, you can say, and that's not a huge spoiler, but is something that maybe you're going to even discover from the trailer. So the only thing that we're going to say is that he's not the bad guy that maybe you used to, especially if you've seen it in the Arrowverse. There, he is presented pretty much the way that he is, and the awesome.
Arkham
Jesus.
games?
Yeah, the awesome
Yeah.
Arkham games as well. So here in this animation, although it's the first like official animation, wow, what happened to the comments? Hi dear Clayton, hi Marto. Yeah, yeah, I know that you're at work. No, yes, some love to you as well. Mwah. So, here the character is just very significantly changed. So for a first movie about Deathstroke, this is very different than Deathstroke. If you're not used to it, you're going to notice it right away. In terms of abilities, how he's presenting abilities, I think that that's pretty much his character in terms of how he heals, all those
Yeah,
things.
that's intact. Yeah, I mean,
And his
the whole origin thing is.
yeah, I mean his skill as a warrior, as an assassin, you can say, the skills with the weapons, with the sword, all of that, I think it's on point.
Yeah, that's like that. Everything is there. I mean, just people will be surprised if, as you said, if the first time you were introduced to Deathstroke, if that's the Arrowverse or
Your
the
first exposure
games,
to
or
the
even
character,
or even the Teen Titans show from the animated show from way back, in which he was the main villain, called only Slade there.
Slade Wilson.
Yeah, because Cartoon Network considered Deathstroke to be too much of a hard word for a cartoon show. However, so this will be. It might surprise you.
Yeah.
Then again, they do that with a lot of many villains now, so it's not so surprising. But it's actually kind of logical when you connect the things with the story. So it's okay. And for the first movie with him, it's really something that you should do with a character, in a way.
In a way. I
In a
mean,
way.
this is very key thing here because I personally, as a comic book character and someone that does know Deathstroke, I mean, not as perfect as I know Superman or Batman, for instance, but I know of him enough. Uh, I would say if this was anyone else, that this is not really correct to do because you are changing the character significantly. But from the other side, because this is an original story, and how everything was presented and how the story was paced and what did it meant, all those things just made so much sense and it was so great to watch. So basically what we want to say, and we are blabbling for 30 minutes, is that this is awesome. For me, it's one of the best DC animations that I ever seen. In terms of the writing, the lines are very impressive. I'm used to the quality of writing of Harley Quinn now. Harley Quinn is a very high level to me because it makes so much sense. The writing is clever, it's witty, and here the writing is also sophisticated in terms of how intelligent it is. It's not as witty because the movie is not Harley Quinn, it's Deathstroke. But the point is that all the characters act and behave like logical, grown-up human beings.
Mm.
And I just love how everything just makes sense. There's no stupid stuff that are happening like in so many CW live action shows where the characters make stupid, ridiculous choices and have these ridiculous, stupid conversations between each other that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and this is still CW, but it's another platform, so they
Yeah, I mean,
actually.
unless you are a child and you don't know about human
Mm.
relationship and real interactions, but here everything is very well made and it stands on its own amazingly, and it does not underestimate your intelligence
Hmm.
in terms of how it's written. So I just love every minute of the show, and I couldn't wait to finish watching it. So yeah, basically, I would actually give it a very solid 9 out of 10 as a DC animation.
Yeah, because it's actually way better than, as you said, than some of the last DC animations that we have seen. Maybe because it's its own thing and it's not connected in some part of the universe. You just say you just tell a story with Deathstroke, and all the things with the characters that you say combine really good with the whole action, because it is Deathstroke. You need to have action. We need to see him how he cuts people and other things. But it's not only that. I mean, it's not when you expect also he's just going to kill people left and right. It's not only that. It
Yeah,
is really good. You can see human emotions and connections, and really you can kind of understand him a bit better, or at least this version that they show you here
yeah,
for
indeed.
it. Hmm.
Okay, hi to Richie, and yeah, dear Clayton, don't worry about it till later. So, yeah, that is it pretty much, guys. I mean, it flew very well, it's interesting, it's not boring. There are some characters that are very cool, like the guy with the.
Tiger, Bronze Tiger.
Yeah,
The guy with
with the.
yeah, you're going to see many familiar characters if you're a DC fan, like Bronze Tiger, Lady Shiva, who I don't know why she was there, but okay. I mean, she works with other people, but in this version,
Mhm.
she is there, and some people that it's better not to say that you're going to see because we do need to.
A surprise.
Yeah,
To have a
it will be
surprise.
better to be a surprise. The voice acting is great. I mean, Michael Chiklis is doing that stroke. In some moments, you can hear that it's him, and you can say, "Hey, that's Michael Chiklis or the Thing," that's because he played the Thing in the Fantastic Four movies.
Really?
Yeah, you don't know that?
In which Fantastic
Yeah. In the
Four?
first two,
In the first.
in the first two, yeah. I mean,
Really?
in the yeah with
But he's great.
yeah, and he's great there. I mean, he has the costume. He looks like the Thing. Michael Chiklis. Yeah, he
Yeah.
played also in Gotham.
Like what?
You know, he was, I think, the commissioner boss before Gordon, but he turned into a villain because of something happened there. So he's actually very well versed in the comic book things.
I haven't seen him for years. Actually, I didn't know that.
Oh, he's fat now.
Oh,
But he's kind of old now, so you know. But yeah, I mean, when you listen to him, especially that still has some monologues that he has to say, and he's on point. So here, none of them made me actually want to fall asleep or something. Like,
no, no,
no,
no, no. It's very cool.
everything was great.
It's super cool.
Mm,
Well, guys, that is our review. We totally recommend to see. I mean, for you to
absolutely.
see Deathstroke if you have CW a seat or if you can check it out from somewhere else. It's
It's
totally worth
$20
it.
otherwise. I think.
Well, the movie industry is very terrible situation right now, as you know. So
Mm,
yeah, support it if you can.
yeah.
Well, that is it. Let me know what you think in the comments as well. If you have seen it, if you haven't seen it, this was our non-spoiler review. And yeah, I hope that I can see you later. I'm gonna stream later on. Now it's still the afternoon here, 3 o'clock. So somewhere like 4, 5 hours from now, I'm gonna stream something. So yeah, looking forward to that, guys, and to see you again if you can join. Until next time, with me, Gary G Reviews, and my dear friend Logan K here. Bye bye.